3, 2, 1.
And welcome back, everyone. My name is Ben Showside. Thank you to GWR Harding to have been taking the host job for a moment, for the last hour. So, welcome everyone, and we're with SuperBigKMart for the next run of Super Capcom Disneyhour Challenge. So what is that? We will explain that to you when Kmart will be started. And I'm going to be on the commentator seat at the same time with Mr. Ace Gamer Sam. So Kmart, how are you?
Fine. Starting to be to get a little bit nervous, but
Oh, yeah, it will go fine. I'm sure that will go fine.
Oh, then we got rated by Super Mega Dev.
Oh, thank you, Super Mega Dev. Welcome aboard, everyone.
Sending some good vibes to Kmart.
Yes. So, Kmart, when you're ready, we're going to start that and we'll go ahead with everything.
all right. So, without further ado, let's start this now to lose not that much time. So we start in 3, 2, 1, go.
So the first game of the day is going to be DuckTales. First DuckTale, and we're starting with the moon stages. So why do we start with the moon stage, Sam?
So basically, we start with the moon stage to perform a little glitch we call moon skip. So it allows us to skip about 3/4 of the stage, saving a lot of time and getting to the boss almost right away. So all we have to do is set up an enemy, take damage, and just go through that little object that we need. Normally we have to go inside the ship, and is it a key that we need?
Yeah, there's a key to get, and there's a little gizmo thing for Gizmo Duck, but unfortunately for the speedrun, we can avoid them. Unfortunately for the music lovers of the Moon team, we have to skip most of the team because it's already over.
That's the sad part when you're speedrunning. Sometimes the stages with the best music, they're the fastest ones, so you can't enjoy that
And
while
the only
going
one
fast.
with a major skip like that, so...
That's a nice first stage for Kmart right there.
And now we're back in... we're back, but we're going to the Amazon here, which can be a stage that can take a while because there's some little platforming at some point where it can make you lose a life if you misstep, but Kmart is a professional. You won't misstep, right?
That's professional speedrunner. He's gonna be fine.
Ugh.
Wow.
So Kmart's gonna jump on that bee over here. Oh, he misstep. I jinxed it. Oh, I feel bad now. And something we must say, we're gonna say it right away. If Kmart get game over, we restart all over again. There's no continue.
Yeah, exactly.
So let's hope that it will go better. This time you can take the invincible item because it won't appear again. So you have to be careful with the health as well.
Yeah, exactly. And why does the chat think that I'm the one who jinxed it? You are the one who jinxed it, man.
I did, but I won't argue with that. In the meantime, I just want to remind you guys that we are gathering fans for the Equal Justice Initiative that is committed to ending mass incarceration and excessive punishment in the United States, to challenging racial and economic injustice, and to protecting basic human rights for the most vulnerable people in American society. And we're looking to reach a milestone of $10,500 for the D4 level of Super Mario Brothers last level, while Kmart just took the shortcut toward an invisible grapevine that was just above a chest in the air.
Knowing that trick helps a lot for this stage. So all you gotta do is be careful, because if you're landing on the ground at the same time as the bus ground pounds, you're losing all of your momentum and you gotta start jumping again.
While we're going to Transylvania, I'm told in my ear via chat, because the chat is in my ear, that we're very close to beating our PB, the PB of NoReset speedrun of $12,085. So
Ooh, that is awesome. That is really awesome. Thanks to everyone who donated. Thanks for everyone who's been here also.
And
so you make these events awesome.
If you guys love the Transylvania level, you're gonna see it a lot. It's the first of 3 times.
Exactly.
So magical spell that is quite RNG as a boss so far. It depends on the wait. Now she's low, so we can hit her while she flies, while she's a bird. But if she go too high, when she middle range, it's fine. We can use like a little rebound, and we got lucky here for Kmart, because she didn't fly very high, because when it happens, you have to wait.
I hate when she flies high. It takes just so much time, and you always gotta wait to time your jump when she lands. But getting these low flight patterns makes it so much easier. So a good thing for Kmart right here. And finally, Ben, I can catch up with you. I don't know why, but I only had the sound.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I had the same issue a moment ago, but yeah, we're fine now. African mine, we got to go back to Transylvania to get the key, to get back in the mines for to open the door. That doesn't really open. You can just go through at that moment. But yeah, that's the second time that we go to Transylvania, because I don't know why they are so by Transylvania, but it's like
they like that stage.
Yeah, they like it too much, to my opinion.
I think
like
that
very overrated.
So let's go for our third boss, if I'm counting right. Fourth boss.
Third boss, and but no, fourth.
No, it's the fourth one.
And Kmart got the first hit on a quick jump, because you can.
That was well done.
Yeah, you can just hit him once per round if you want, and he did it before he went into his first ball rolling around the stage. So good job for Kmart here.
Yeah, was well done. So he's on a really good pace now. So all he needs to do now is do that winter stage and then go back a third time to Transylvania, and that game will be done.
And here in the Himalaya, we try to despawn the goat, and I think it went well for Kmart on that matter. Now we're on the ice, and we're gonna have to. Well, we use the ice to our advantage here. We try to go faster because we slide at the same time that we walk, so it goes a little bit faster that way.
That's one way to feel more Canadian.
Yeah, sure. I mean. Do you have other things like that you want to say, or we're gonna be fine?
Oh no, that's fine.
So the abominable snowman here, which is quite a nice boss. However, Kmart seems to have a little issue here, but now it seems to have taken back control. You just have to jump on the head, and something we have to be careful is you don't pogo jump in the snow, because you
exactly
you dig your grave in some almost literally when you do that.
So that's I think one of the biggest problems of that stage. So you've played a couple stage with all the same mechanics, and suddenly you get to the Himalaya and you can't use your pogo stick in the snow.
I just want to say I will have to SuperBigKMart what he just said. Well, so far we beated 6 boss if we include these desert boss. So we're going back to Transylvania, ladies and gentlemen, because we can't have enough of this. But this time we're going for the final boss here in Transylvania. So the path is the same, because yeah, why being original? I mean,
yeah, exactly. That's something. That's one of the sad part I think about this game is I would have liked for a third way around that that stage for the final boss, but no, it's just the final boss is in the same room as when you face the boss the first time. So
Kmart here got the 2-shot on Dracula Doc. Here the goal is to try to use the iframe to hit him without being too much. Well, you get it fine. So now it's the last part of the game, a race between Scrooge McDuck and Magica the Spell and Flintheart Glomgold.
So I always wondered what happened if you lose that race.
Lose a life.
Yeah, simply.
Oh,
simple as
okay.
that. So now we're going for Chip and Dale, ladies and gentlemen.
We've seen that game a lot. If anyone followed the speedrunning community on in Quebec or follows Ben Showside's channel, you've seen that game a lot. You've seen people play this game a lot, and it's a good game. It's a really good game. We might have played it a bit too much, so maybe people are tired of playing it or seeing it, but it's one of the best games on the NES, one of the best platformer games.
Kmart almost missed a zipper, but he had to come back a little bit loss of time, but nothing major here.
It's fine.
And now we're on the last outside part of Zone 0, in fact. Zone 0, that probably one of the hardest level for starting level. It's pretty hard.
Yeah.
You have to be careful because when you lose a life here, you can start very far. There's no many checkpoints. In fact, in that game, a checkpoint is when you change, when there's a transition between a screen to another. So we're gonna be at the first boss in a moment.
I can explain the orange luck.
Yeah, well, I was about to mention that Sam mentioned the tournament, but while this tournament, we have a few people from Quebec, Moneyman, Magic, and Mooney, and I don't remember the fourth person, unfortunately, but this covered what we call the RNG lock. What it is that when you start the game, you let the game start the demo, and after that, well, you are well aware of what RNG will give to you. So there's no surprise anymore. You know what will happen. So it makes the boss at Zone B, where is Kmart right now, way easier. I think the downside of it is if you do all zones run, which is not the case here, the electrical fish at Zone E will be way harder.
Yeah, exactly. So you're trading consistency for some maybe faster strat for a couple boss, but I think that people got better world record when they started to use this trick. So it's a good thing. In the end, it's a good thing. Oh, and unfortunately, Kmart is losing a life on this boss.
Wow.
So we will not get the same pattern.
But didn't do the RNG luck, right?
Did you do it, Kmart?
Yeah, we don't put the orange luck in that challenge.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's why.
I was surprised to see the ship at the second row, because usually it goes third row, first row, third row, fifth row, and come back to third row. It's like a back and forth on the third and five almost. Though I never went far, so I'm not sure if it stays like that, but it's usually going around the third and fifth row of the boss trajectory. So we're going to Zone D, the Toys Land. That's quite an easy level at some point, but at some other point it's very difficult, like with the Jack Box here. The Jack in the Box. Jack Box is a PC game. Yeah, so you can use them to damage boost, but you have to be careful. And here, where this Kmart right now in the purple section, you have to be careful because sometimes there's an input that is being eaten in the... Well, in fact, I'm not quite sure yet why it is being eaten by the game, but he had only one heart, so he had to check it. He doesn't do the damage boost here of the Jack in the Box, so...
No, it's he played it safe, and I think that's better because, like you said, sometimes some things in a game are triggered at the same time as you do an action, and you can lose your input. And when you're in a marathon, you don't want to take any chance, so you got to do it safely.
So we're here at the robot, which throws some. It's like a tribute to ACM&M because it's like Dr. Mario's pill to me. I'll pill for Dr. Mario. So here we
go.
Okay, the only thing you have to do is throw the ball to the chest of the robot, and Kmart did it pretty quickly. It's going well for Kmart right now.
Yeah, and that was really good because I've never been able to be good with this boss. I always have trouble catching the ball when it's coming back. So that was nice. That was really well executed. Nice damage boost over here.
And this is the F level is gonna be the first part where we have to wait for a moving platform, and also the first level in the any person run, which has no boss at the end. So we're waiting for the left side, and now we start climbing up, and here we go. That is quite done here, so we can go to the it looks like to be the final level, but it's not. It's gonna be the final level of the first map because there is a map. So the casino level here, which the first part is pretty much easier when you know where to go because you can go right all the time without really worrying for being hit because the monster almost jump over you all the time. So that makes it way more simple when you know the road. Second part here with the I will say it's a rhinoceros, but it will be very small compared to to a little animal like Chip and Dale, so I'm not quite sure what it is. And Kmart here would kill the third enemy on the second platform to get only one bomb at the door. As you have seen, there was only one bomb, so it saves you a little bit of frames here because you can only have to take one bomb and you don't have to bother with two bombs. So
that's a nice little trick to save. When in speedrun we were talking about saving the frame, getting these little seconds here and there, and we've got a couple of tricks in this game to do that.
And Kmart would just beat the casino guy. In fact, if you have on the right angle, you can just throw the ball to him and he's never gonna get you. We just saved Gadget, and now we're going on the one way to the moon to finish our moon level at DuckTales. No, it's a joke. We're coming back down and we're going for the second section of Chip and Dale, which is H, I, and J 3 level before the end of that game. And H can be a real pain in the butt here for when you don't know how to take it, but it's not an easy one either because there's some tight moments in that game, and now Kmart only have one heart left as well, so he has to be careful not to be hit, and he's being hit. So in those moments, I have to learn to say nothing, so nothing happens.
Exactly. I hate that stage. For me, that's the worst stage of the game. I always end up being hit by a ton of enemies, missing jumps or something. There's always something that comes up in that stage. And seriously, when people get consistent at this specific stage, so once again, that's the hardest part to pass from what I saw from Kmart, and he loses life at that exact location.
Yeah, the flying squirrel got him.
Yeah. And if you're not careful, they can make you bounce back into a hole. Nice damage boost over here.
Yeah, you have to go because I'm blind right now. Something happened and I'm blind. I don't see the race, the run anymore. So I'll let you go with it, son.
Alright, so Kmart is almost done with this stage. It was really, really well done. He got through. That's the important part. Like I said, this is the toughest stage of this game.
This is one
Only
of the-
2 stages left.
This is one of the most punishing stage age. Especially
Yeah, it is.
with my third death.
Well, the when you lose the first part, the way is very long before. Well, you have to restart the whole level, but it's a long part before you get the checkpoint. So.
Yeah, the checkpoints are actually every time you enter a door.
Exactly. So the tough part here is to be able to send a box with the fans in your face directly into the legs. That's where you're aiming for. So that section is a fun one. So you're gonna get the invincibility right here, and you just go through, optimize your jump.
And in that case, Kmart, I was about to have to be careful not lose the fly to lose zipper on the spikes, but he did it anyway. Thank goodness he had 3 hearts, so it wasn't a big deal.
Yeah.
He only succeeded to hit twice the caterpillar at the top. If we're very tight on the throws, we can hit him 3 times on the first round.
Make it a 2-cycle boss instead of 3 cycles.
Exactly.
Yeah, I missed that jump, so I wasn't able to do a 3-2 on the caterpillar.
So right now we are at the last level, and in the level where the people love the music the most in that game, the Zone J. So right now, Kmart is doing the first part. It's quite easy with the convoyer belt, so it has been going fine there. And now we're going to another dangerous part of the game. I mean, the second part of this level is quite long, and despite the fact you restart when you start to go left, if you die, usually people die toward the end, so it's a long way back to toward the last boss. So
a pretty punishing section if you ask me. So fortunately you get a full health right before the toughest section of the game. So let's see how Kmart handles it.
the Doom combo.
That was really good.
That went
Getting there with 2 hearts is really good. And let's go with the final boss. Let's see what Fat Cat will offer. It's going well. Good pattern, good pattern. Well done. And Chippendale is done.
And we're going back now for a third game, Little Mermaid. Not my favorite, personally.
Best game ever.
Well, in the meantime, don't forget that you still can donate. Things have been slowed down. I know it's Disney movie and it's Disney's cartoon and it's quite captivating, but don't forget to keep donating for the cause, so we can reach at least or PB from the last event of $12,000 and 80 something. So.
Ask Straw. He knows by heart.
Yeah, I think it's 85, but I'm not sure.
So Kmart right here will work with the shark. So what you have to do is always get those fish to spawn.
Yep, the place where he was before, when the shark came in the screen, was a good spot to get 3 fish, which means faster hits, and it worked well here for Kmart. So first of all, done.
That's the only boss you really have control over. So we'll get to that in a couple minutes. So the first boss is the easiest one, the one where you can do a setup, know exactly how many fish you're gonna get, and from there, it all depends on RNG. The best friend of speedrunner, RNG.
Of course.
So this game is all about optimizing your movement. Make sure you don't change direction too often, because as you can see, when a Little Mermaid turns around, it takes a couple times. So you gotta make sure you do as few as these turnaround as possible. And now one of the worst boss in the game. A lot of RNG and also a lot of things that can go wrong. So you expect you won't know where these eels are going to come out. So all is RNG, and you won't know also all the little crabs on spawning here and there, where they're going to be, and how much you're going to have. Sometimes they won't move for a couple seconds, and then again you won't know in advance. So pretty well done. Really well done.
It's a
That
success
stage is
here.
done.
But
What do you say?
Yeah, it's a success here for Kmart, but
Yeah.
I think if I'm making a quick calculation. We'll mostly see when the third game will be done. But if I have here the times that Kmart did in its practice, and we're a little bit late compared to the usual. If for the average time that usually have, so. Maybe we'll be able to catch back on this one because it's going fine so far for Little Mermaid.
Thanks, Ben, for the jinx.
You're welcome.
And a little on the side, since you're seeing Mooney's run with Desert Bus, just know that something huge just happened. A bug just crashed on the windshield.
Oh no! That was the
That was
final
all.
bus. That was the final bus of the run. Guys, if you want to send your Jinx message to Kmart, you can always donate with a little message for him to jinx him. Go ahead.
So what Kmart wants to do here? So he's gonna spawn some fish once in a while. What you want is those seashells, and he will always keep the shell up until the next one drops, so he can just kill these fish right away, and that saves a couple frames each and every time he does it, and that's a success for third boss.
Yeah, but the RNG sucked.
Yeah, I saw that.
Something went fishy with the RNG.
You went there, Ben. You went there.
I totally
Thanks.
went there. I had to. I mean, I didn't plug me Zuspeter and Chippendale, so I had to do something else.
He's just petu.
Yeah. So we're going. Well, I think is it the last? No, there's another level right after
Yeah,
that.
exactly. So this is the stage before the last. So you gotta be careful when dropping here.
Everything went fine. The shrimp weren't much an issue here.
Damage boost, well done. So let's go with the fourth boss. So once again, it's gonna be RNG. Your best pattern is 2 fish coming out of those cannons.
And so far we get only 1 per shot. So.
Here's the second one.
Oh, before the shot is being done, there must be at least less than 2 enemies on the screen.
Yeah.
So there was like 2 Urshin on the ground, so it's why the cannon wasn't shooting for a moment. So
Exactly.
that's part of the bad RNG here. So before the run, Kmart was practicing, and he kind of got a bug where he shot another fish with a fish, and it allowed like 3 fish to spawn on the screen. That was quite
That was weird.
Yeah, that was weird. So this part is like a maze. So you have to know the road to go quick. Fortunately, since he's supposed to have practice, he knows the way.
Yeah, exactly. But for anyone who missed that, you just basically go into the same door over and over again.
And we're gonna be on the 2-phase bosses here very soon. With the Magistress Ursula, which is coming now for the first phase, where you have to throw fishes at her, and well, more specifically the head, because the rest of her body is not part of the RNG box, like a bit like in the Super Mario Bros. 3, in fact, with Bowser in the head. And so far, there's some fish in the way, and he hit the fish with one of those fishes. That makes a lot of fish in the same sentence, but you know what I mean. Kmart making himself some ammunition.
Yeah, you want a lot of ammunition on that boss, but she gives me too much ammunition.
Well, you complain about RNG, and now that the RNG is good, you still complain?
Yeah, but it was so good, it's kind of bad.
Too good to be true. And here comes the final boss with Ursula, but with the tridents this time. And once again, you have to hit the head. So
That's a speedrunner's job to complain. That's what we do.
yeah, you're good in that, Sam. Come on,
Oh,
game!
yes, I am. Come on, game.
And Kmart tried to catch a fish that is passing by. Some are gaining some speed after a moment. So
You gotta be careful. And that's it.
it was done. Great. So
Yeah.
we're at 29:10 right now. Yeah, that pretty much a little over. Not his estimate, but his average for now. So Ducktail too, because yeah, Scrooge wanted to be richer, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Still not enough. Always needs more money.
So he went to Niagara Falls, which is well close to us. If I had known, I would have some go treasure digging over there if I had known. So that,
But I didn't know Niagara Falls was like that.
Well, it has a strange layout. I went there when I was a kid, and it's not looking like quite the thing. Over here, you have to be careful for the kinda platform a la Doki Doki Panic or Super Mario Brothers 2 to not fall down the waterfall.
Yeah, they
And
are
go-
commonly known as log.
Oh yeah, logs. Sorry. And that bridge is falling down a bit like in the first game, but this time there's some birds being in the way. The birds in this level are what can stop progression and make things go wrong, but Kmart get it very well here. So he take the canoe, not quite a canoe, but so he has to be careful because he has to switch platform while he swim on that canoe. And now we have the fire duck. I don't know how you call him. So good RNG here where you can punch it 3 times. I think you got it 3 times. And here we go. It's already over. When he comes down in a straight line, it helps him a lot to hit a few hits while going only in U pattern makes him a bit harder to hit more hits.
I've always wondered. So you're at Niagara Falls, and it's a fire boss.
Hey, don't ask.
You have Scotland and Niagara Falls on the same continent too.
Nice. If you go into Scotland, go and play golf.
Well, we're in Scotland right now, so the Kmart here pulled a lever to trigger a platform. He used the enemy here for a damage boost jump for the chain. But yeah, the pulling something on DuckTales 2 is a new mechanic that wasn't the first one. So they changed a few things at that DuckTale. DuckTale had less known than the first one because it came out later in the Nintendo library. So Kmart that is arriving soon to the bus. So far, he just has to be careful with that platform here. That went well because he has to go fast on the top platform to catch the moving platform at the bottom level. So
it's only tough because Speedrunner doesn't want to break all the rocks.
Exactly. So you have that whoever it is, a magician, I guess. You have to wait for the magician to attack because if you try to jump on him each time, he's gonna just disappear under you. So you're kind of jumping everywhere for no reason, and he can appear at the other side of the screen. So you want to stay in the middle to be able to hit him as soon as you can, as soon as you seize the opportunity. And I just want to say that we got a $1.50 donation by 50% Gaming saying, but Buck 50 Dono Train. I'll be the conductor. Super excited for us all to be the previous festival PBs. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you, 50%. And yes, we have to beat that PB. We still a little bit far, but we have to give generously if we want to reach that amount of 12,085, if I'm not wrong.
Something close to that.
Yeah, I should have known it. It's my bad. I didn't note it, so it's me that didn't do my job properly. I'm sorry.
So everything's going well for Kmart. Still working with DuckTales 2. Only one game left after that. It's going to be Chip and Dale 2.
Right now is in the Moo level, so it's a little bit more tight in the way to execute it. There's a lot of tiny paths, but so far Kmart is going well. He's just arrived to the bus, which is that huge, massive block with the gem in the middle. And what he wants to do, that's a long bus, because as you can see, he walks very slow. So you want to prevent him to walk. So what you do, well, first of all, you have to throw him a block, but Kmart is waiting a bit to make sure that another brick will fall down, because when there's another brick on the floor, he doesn't start to walk away. So while keeping a block in the ground, it prevents the enemy to walk on the other side of the screen, which saves a lot of time. So far, it wasn't the last hit. There's still one hit, but I think he had to destroy a block because they were side by side. So...
Exactly. So he kind of had to sacrifice some times to make sure that he wouldn't miss any cycle right here. So when you've got another brick on the floor, you're playing DuckTales. When you've got another brick in the wall, you're listening to Pink Floyd.
Yep,
that's all I had to say.
And he had to make a move because that block will have disappear on the floor, by the way, so it doesn't stay there forever. So we're going for the pyramid here. There's a chest in the way, but there's a hole in the floor. And Kmart will succeed to get over Louis, because one of the challenge of this game is when you see secondary characters that try to give you hints or to help you, they place in strange areas where making a jump over them is quite difficult. And this time Kmart got the jump, but sometimes it's easy to just hit the dialogue box, and it's a longer, since it's Kmart fell in the sand. He has to break a block and move in the sand. But if you have the dialogue box, it's a way longer, because the English game has more text than Japanese game, something we see quite often in speedrunning. So
as in the Super Mario Hour challenge, I played the NA version of the games.
And here we go.
So that whole challenge is actually attributed to the Super Mario Hour. It's the same rules, except that I play 5 games instead of 6.
Yeah, but
it's almost the same.
Is it a category that already exists, or you just made it up?
I just made it up.
Oh, I thought it was existing, so my bad.
He wanted a world record, so he did his own category.
Yeah, so Kmart doing his own shit. So.
That's a great idea. Playing these Disney games made by Capcom is a great idea. Exactly. It's a lot of fun, and a lot of these games are really great platforming on the NES.
Yes, and short games as well. So easy to learn to speedrun, and easy. We have to be careful. It's not because it's children characters that it means that it's easy to run them, but yeah.
Easy to learn or to master.
Exactly. I was about to say exactly the same thing. So we are at the not quite the last level here. It's the last of the one available at the start of the game, like in DuckTales 1, where you can pick any of the 5 levels, but there is 6-1 in the end. It's the same case here, because once again, why being original?
Why build a new stage when you can just use the same one again?
Yeah, well, at least there's a new section in that one. Because right now we're in the ship and the pirate ship, and we will go back in that pirate ship after Kmart is done here, but on a different section. Unfortunately, here we misstep and we missed the platform. But we're
Not too bad.
No, nothing major here. And I just want to say that if you have some donation to do, don't be shy. I mean, we're gathering money for Equal Justice Initiative, so don't hesitate. We don't forget we have a milestone to reach of $10,500 for the D4 level of Super Mario Brothers Lost Level,
And that would be an awesome milestone.
And we even want to reach more with beating the PB of 12,000. So,
ooh.
Yeah.
Let's go!
So now we're done with Bermuda, or for in French, the short. Yeah, because in French...
Tu amené tes Bermuda en éducation physique?
Exactly. In French, Bermuda, it's a kind of short, so... Here we go. So we're going to the right of the ship this time, and we have Glomgol here, waiting. Flintheart Glomgol waiting for us, but it's not.
How is he called?
It's not Glomgol. It's Terminator.
D1000.
Yeah, D1000. That's his real name, but I'm trying to Duckminator. I don't know.
I really did that.
He's dead anyway. He's dead. So we're going to
That's it.
go too.
Just the time we are given his name, he was beaten, and we go to the next game. So all that's left is Chip and Dale 2.
And Chip and Dale 2 has quite a lot of RNG in that game. That we mentioned it yesterday while the Small 10 seminar. It's why it didn't make the cut in the Small 10, because there's a lot of RNG in that game. So let's hope for Kmart that the RNG will be in his favor. And I should have said that, right? I just jinxed it, right?
Maybe. But let's wish him luck anyway. Let's hope for the best.
Yes, let's hope for the best for Kmart here. He still have, I think he's still good for the sub 1 hour, which is the goal here.
I'm pretty sure he's got 20 minutes ahead.
Yeah, but his average right now is 22. So.
Oh, man! Let's hope for PB.
Yeah. Well, you and I, Sam, because we did the Big 20 and it was the last bus of the Big 20, we know which one is going to be a hard pain for Kmart.
Yeah.
It's going to be the ghost. We will tell you more about it in when Kmart reach it, but this one's going to be a pain. So
yeah.
Kmart...
And if anything goes wrong, you'll have the chance to spam your wonderful Slowpoke emotes. And if you don't have that wonderful Slowpoke emotes, don't forget that you can sub for $5 US to the wonderful NoReset challenge with full of content, lots of fun, lots of speedrun, and wonderful emotes.
And Kmart will succeed to do a super throw here. Unfortunately for him, their RNG cannot wrap the box on the enemy's head, which hits him, but for the amounts of one hit, because here we missed the super.
Gotta be careful with one heart left.
Yes, there's that too. And what I mean by a super throw is when you walk to a certain way for a certain time, the box starts flash and you can throw him. It's gonna go like in a S pattern, and it works 2 hits instead of 1, which can save a lot of time. Unfortunately for this bus, RNG of the bus movement wasn't in his favor, and like I said, when the box hit the bus by itself, which is not that as good as we can imagine.
Yeah, I just want to mention to Tom Dottie that the choke already happened, so I'm not gonna choke.
He can choke more than that.
I think that's Dum Dottie's favorite message, to do that little truck message with the choke classic emote in the chat. So that's Dum Dottie right there.
Yep. which I believe is in the bus right now, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, he's in the bus.
And for the second bus here, maybe you don't notice it, but Kmart is like giving some hits on the D-pad because the enemy is making wind. So he tried to push you back. You have to grab block. The good thing about Chip and Dale 2 is that you can go through the enemy once you hit him while you flash. So instead of trying to throw and jump over and like being a professional gymnast in the Olympics, you can just throw the block and walk through him. So, and one thing we didn't mention, Kmart has a low, not many points for getting some Rescue Rangers symbols, which is a good thing because when you get a lot of symbols, well, they count down at the end of each level, so it takes a lot of frames for, well, not for each, but if you get a lot, that takes a while in the menu to get it over.
We should have done something like that, where if you donate for the amount of a bus ticket, you get a chance for a one-on-one with Mumuni for a couple minutes, where you sit in the bus and you get a chat with the driver.
And that's an incentive?
Yes!
Oh, okay. So here, maybe one of the most...
annoying boss.
Yeah, annoying. That's the right word, because he's not that hard, but it can be very long. As you can see, it's one of those crawlers, so you have to wait for the blocks to appear. It is possible to kill it with some power throw, but it's very tight, so it's very hard to make it happen. And unfortunately, Kmart lost a life here, so it means we have to restart the whole. Everyone hates auto-scroller, and now they put it in a boss. How bad can it be?
Yeah, but not everyone hates auto-scroller. Speedrunners hate auto-scrollers.
Yeah.
Because you can't make those stage faster.
You know, the only thing I'm positive that I'm telling myself right now is at least it's not an underwater level.
So next stage is an auto-scroll, is an underwater level.
Yeah, I know. So the boss is done. Unfortunately, it took a little more time than it was supposed to, but well, on this one, good news. No boss for that level. It's unfortunate, but well, it's not a big deal here when you run the game, but you are on a timer here. You have 3 minutes to beat that level, so it's a very short level. So
yeah, it's really short, and 3 minutes, unless you want to explore everything and grab everything or kill all the enemies, you won't get close to that 3-minute timer. All you gotta do is be careful with the ice mechanics in this stage.
And even then, there's not much to explore. So
yeah, you're right. So it took only 32 seconds for Kmart to get there.
Kmart was not there for the exploration. I can tell you for sure. The tourism is not for Kmart. So that freaking level with the freaking boss at the end of the freaking level. This is the ghost house, ladies and gentlemen, where everything is crazy. I mean, it's not the R level. There's one trick toward the end. We have to be careful. And the boss itself is like a major pain. So
yeah, exactly.
So we're already at the last section of the boss, but one thing I'm gonna try to point out as soon as it arrives is there's a door at the end of the wall through the right. It's dark right now, but at some point the lights will come back. Oh, you're going for the door. Okay, well.
Yeah, I don't want to take any chance with the boss.
Okay.
Stay strapped.
So when you're going through that door, you get some health, but technically you can skip the whole thing by just going up because you have to go up to finish that level. So, well, okay, I understand because you were doing the damage boost, so you had you wanted some help.
Exactly, because if you wouldn't have done that, you would have got to the boss with only 1 health.
And that goes which has 3 patterns, and it's very heavily RNG. There's one where you saw the first one. You saw the first one where it was going straight in the line, dropping 2 balls, but you only have time for getting 1. That the second one you're seeing right now with the electrical balls, which is the most annoying one because you can do nothing, and it's the third time in a row for Kmart. So it's a loss of time in RNG for that boss, and we ate that. It was the big 20, and it was very annoying. So now he has a good pattern, the kind of wavy one, which he can drop two. If you're quick enough, you can hit it with the first ball and get a second ball right after. But this time he dropped the first ball very late, so it didn't help him much on that. And now, well, he got the lightning balls once again. While Queenie dropped $10.40. All right, Ticket Bus bot. Move aside, Mooney. I'm driving. No, don't do that, Mooney.
Let Mooney drive. Let Mooney drive.
It's already a risk that Mooney is driving. Don't make it worse. And the wavy pattern, which is good.
Yeah, but I messed up.
Yeah, you didn't throw the ball, right? He could have had two balls if he would have been a little bit faster. I think he just didn't take any chance. And
Of course, in the
one
marathon.
hit left.
Of course, in the marathon, that bus don't go along.
Yeah. So as you can see, I can tell you guys, when I was practicing once, I was doing a wonderful PB, and I got over 2 minutes over the PB just because of that bus.
That's crazy.
That's how long it can take. I said 2 minutes, but 2 minutes and a half on top of that. So
No.
and now we're just getting the damn lightning balls. It's getting worse and worse. So now we have the last ball probably. I hope so. There we go. So that's a
Wow. That goes
RNG.
out, ladies and gentlemen.
RNG wasn't on your side, huh, Kmart?
Nope. Again, you jinxed me.
All right, I forgot. It's my fault. Right.
Stop talking, Ben. Stop talking.
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, I'll leave you alone. Have fun.
In the meantime, people said in the chat that Mooney's bus need oil change and to be readjust as well because it's driving like not quite in the straight way. Maybe he's just drunk for playing that game. Who knows? We're in that clock tower right now in the Chip and Dale 2 on for the super big Kmart. Super. How do you call that really?
Disneyhour challenge.
Thank you. Too many words for me. So apparently Sam has a lot of admiration for clock levels. So.
Oh yeah, I do. Using gears and platforming stage, I just think it's brilliant. I love seeing those stage. I love the visual of those stage, and they're awesome. Except if you're playing Castlevania 64. There's a clock tower stage in this one, but it's not great.
Excuse me, Sam. Anything with 64, it's the same story.
It has been good.
Anything but something 64. So we have the ostrich here on the gear. Don't ask me why it's happening right now, but there's not much RNG on this one. The only thing that can be bothering here is if it's tried to go it start running on each side of the screen like a crazy bus, and try to. It doesn't throw you gear in that time, so you have to wait a little bit. But it's not like a loss of time. It's not a huge loss of time here. So,
but from watching Kmart, I think his face is saying something else.
Yeah, he threw a gear and the ostrich jump on the second platform, on the second level platform, so it kind of screw a bit his last throw, which is another little bit loss of time. So is it my fault again? Yeah,
it's always your fault today.
Always my fault. Okay, great.
Yeah,
You're
it's
jinxing
kind of
everything.
RNG that jump, so yeah, it's your fault.
Okay, perfect.
So that was the Roadrunner's second career that you just saw.
Yeah.
Didn't last long.
Yeah, and we're in the Western World right now, which is Kmart, one of the Kmart's favorite level here. I don't know why, because you almost have to do nothing. So
Yeah, but it goes fast.
yeah. Oh yeah.
It's not the amount of things you have to do. It's the length of the stage that decides if you like it or not. Or the RNG factor.
And here Kmart take a little break. I think the ball passed over him. They didn't want to hit him. To hit it, I mean. And this is the last card we're starting right now. And there's not much to say about those cards. I mean, you have to avoid rocks, you have to avoid balls. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much the level. There's a they pull a bat in the end, a couple of bats in the end, just to say there's enemies in this level. And
exactly. And this is the most relevant boss with the stage that you just did.
Yeah, poker guy.
Poker guy.
Who has a big set of four spades. Sorry.
So a bit earlier we had poker guys, and now we have poker guy.
Yeah. Oh, I see what you did there, my little city friend.
Woo!
And here Kmart to try to throw the first card as soon as he can, because if the cat start to throw more cards, you want to get the space free to get another one on the floor, so you can throw back the card to him.
Yeah, exactly. So it's only one card on the floor.
And
that's basically it.
Yeah, you cannot accumulate them on the floor, so you have to get rid of the first one as soon as possible, and the boss is done.
Oh, well done. That was nice. So I think we have one stage left. Is that it?
Two stage.
No, the two stage. Yeah, there's a future level that seems like the clock tower, if you ask me, and then there's the final one.
I forgot about this one.
Yeah, actually, in the story, you got to collect three key cards on the stage that you select after the ghost house.
Yeah, they wanted to do like Metal Gear here, and no. Because Konami and Capcom are also totally the same thing, right?
Right.
But you have platform like Mega Man here. You have platform like Mega Man. When you step on them, they open, and you have some little rolling dog, a mechanical dog here. I prefer the ones in the first game. They are more more threatening dogs, I think. And here the boss is what we call in French a pépin.
The pépin.
Pépin.
Now let's see if the pépin gives good RNG.
Yes. So in fact the wrecking ball doesn't make a hole, but it makes some block spread each side of it, and you have to throw back those garbage at the crocodile that is driving. Kmart is waiting mostly for the crocodile to come back in full speed toward him, to slide under the ball and throw back the garbage at him. But sometimes it doesn't work that way, but so far it's working well. But there can be some pattern. Well, you see, like it ran full speed, but without having any blocks. Sometimes you just dig 4 blocks in a row, but no full speed. Like right now, it's the second time I had to talk about it for it to happen. Third time, and here we go. We're back on the pattern now. So you see, it's how I explain things. I jinx it, and then it happened, and it's make a complete explanation. And I think we're waiting for the last hit here for Kmart. Here we go. White flag, it's over. So we're going toward the final boss. The final level, in fact.
The pépin is done!
Yep.
I think that's the most wonderful name we ever gave to a boss.
So this is the last level, which is once again with the conveyor belt, but not quite as important as in the first game. In fact, Kmart, you have 2.5 minutes to finish if you want to avoid the slowpoke.
Yeah, this is the time that the boss takes, so...
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
So
the final boss takes at least 2 minutes 30.
So prepare your slowpokes, everyone. Sadly, it's gonna happen, but yeah.
Get the slowpokes in the chat!
So we're well. I think it was the boss, but there's still one screen, I believe, before we reach it. And as you can see, there's not many enemies
What
here.
am I doing?
Oh, there's another screen. And yeah, we have to be careful about those bouncing balls here. But at the speed that Kmart is having, it's not quite an issue over here. It's going very well.
Yeah, the hard
And-
part in the Green Balls room is you have to jump at the last moment, so...
And now we have the word danger written in the Rescue Rangers plate.
So
And
now
we have
prepare your Resident Sleeper for the fastest bus ever.
the mechanical fat cat.
So if you remember Chippendale 1, Fat Cat was 5 hits, 5 quick hits, and that boss is just the opposite of it. So it's gonna take a while to defeat this guy, even if you're fast. So get ready!
I'm
Well-
curious, what's the opposite of 5?
The opposite of 5 is yeah. Well, that's a good question. What's the opposite of 5, Sam?
5, but slowly.
Ah, okay. Can we turn off his mic, please?
I thought it was -5.
And I just want to make a little observation here that the bomb here, you see there's a bomb with a number on it. It's quite important for the hits because, well, so far Kmart didn't have to throw the bomb. So,
Yeah, exactly. So the boss is always coming down on top of the bomb. So when you see the danger arrow in line with the bomb, you don't have to do anything. But like in that case, where the danger arrow was on the left side, so he had to throw the bomb.
But you don't just have to throw the bomb, you have to throw it on the right timing with the bomb to explode on the boss.
Oh, you're right.
Because if you just throw the bomb at any time and the bomb doesn't explode, it's like, meh, nothing happens.
So you gotta do it when the counter is at 1.
Exactly, but in this case, like we see right now, the bomb would just explode on the boss. I think so far Kmart just did...
The bomb explodes under the bus. I hope it didn't happen to Mumuni today.
Yeah, I hope Mooney didn't have a bomb
Good one.
with the boss. But I think so far, most of the hits that... Well, I think one hit was done by Kmart's kill and the other by the boss himself, I believe.
So for people who are wondering, Desert Boss has an hidden mode where you play just like in the movie Speed with Keanu Reeves. So if you go below 50 miles per hour, the boss explodes.
While we're waiting for the end of the boss, I just want to say a quick donation from Zen Warrior, $20, $20 qui dit « J'avais oublié de payer pour mon billet, monsieur le conducteur. » And now as you can see, Chippendale 2, RNG,
Yeah,
very...
prepare for a time because I can see it anytime, so...
sorry, what did you...
We're about to be finished.
Yeah,
Time
one
is
hit.
on the last hit.
Let's go!
Time!
And we got it, ladies and gentlemen. The mechanical fat cat is done. The 5 games are complete. And the Super Capcom Disneyhour challenge is done by Mr. SuperBigKMart, ladies and gentlemen. GG.
That was amazing. GG Kmart.
Yeah, but the game is not over.
It's not...
Wow.
No, actually, I think they have an escape stage prepared, but they didn't have time to put it in the game, so we just kind of had 2 cutscenes glued together. So looks like the game is never over, but actually the game is over on the last hit.
Wow.
Yeah, so they make like a little story, and there's some things like fishy about it because it seems like something will happen, but nothing's happened, right?
Yeah, you just see the cutscene where they end. They start to escape, and then We had the Monterey Jacks saying, "Oh no, the plane explodes. What are we gonna do?" And then they just appear.
Well, since we have some other ones coming up next, we will move slowly. We will move toward another transition, but I just want to say that I won't be there for the next hosting shift. In fact, 50% Gaming and I will be switching quite often until the middle of the afternoon. So coming up next, it's the Super Mario Land Run with LM Motas, and 50% Gaming will be the host for that game. So I'll be back in 2 games. So
what's the final time finally?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Final time is
1 hour 1:48.
Here we go.
Damn, it was close. It was kind of world record because I never did the 5 games in a row like this. So.
Well, it was really good, Kmart. If you want to pick up those games, do them. They're really fun. They're great games on the NES. And give SuperBigKMart a follow because he's doing pretty much all the time speedruns on his channel. And if you like speedrun, you're gonna like what Kmart has to present for you.
Here we go. And those were we're gonna watch the buzz going on.